I think we are live. So hey everyone, TRU here, and a lot of friends here already in the voice chat on my Discord server. So welcome everybody. We have already Archie, Destroyer, Jason, Kira, Majuno, Axel, and Zarek on the line. And as always, you can join us with the link in the description or just in the YouTube function to guess along while we are revealing the new top 10 SSRs of this month. Quick disclaimer for the beginning. We do not have any data on Loki yet, so the newest SSR will not show up in these rankings. Odin was out for a few days when this data was collected, so she might show up. Let's see about that. But there is definitely sufficient data on Himiko and Kaguya, so let's see where they land. And maybe before we even start to reveal the first unit, maybe you guys have a few ideas who might go into the top 10 from the newer units. Do you think we will see Kaguya in the top 10, for example?
Of course, that's my Kaguya.
Yeah, I think
I
we'll see
think so.
both.
Yeah.
Sure.
I
Yeah,
think so.
both.
But the thing is,
Like,
Brad Ludmilla might
considering
drop
that,
to number 10.
Sorry, what was that about Ludmilla?
She might drop to number 10 because of Kaguya.
Oh, okay. Which Ludmilla drops to 10? Sorry.
Bride Ludmilla.
Oh, okay. So you're already nice. I see. You're already starting the guesses for number 10 here. Uh, very nice. I'm not sure. Odin, I mean, Himiko, we already saw at number 9 last time, so I guess she's definitely a candidate again for the top 10. Odin, maybe too fresh, or do any of you expect her to land in the top 10 this time? I mean, or maybe, I mean, we can already think into the future and think, is Odin in general a top 10 unit for you guys?
oh, definitely.
Not really.
No, I don't think the top 10 unit.
Oh, okay, we have some uh, disagreements here,
I
or some.
yeah. I did pull for her. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get her fully awakened. I got 3 copies,
Okay, that's already
but I have to
great.
say, yeah, that it's
Yeah.
decent. But I haven't been able to live her that much, so her damage is not that consistent. Maybe it will be better when I max her out. But I feel like the damage is not that consistent, and the crows can mess up their platoon order since it's random.
I feel
So
like she's
I think
she's
that would keep her from top 10.
right. She's very. It depends really which team you meet with her, because if you are meeting a team that doesn't really have a good counter against Odin, then I feel like Odin alone might be something that can steamroll. At least that's what I saw in some certain teams where Odin just Ragnaroked, and then there's more and more birds coming in, and basically it's just ravens and stunnings and everything, and constantly basically Odin getting off the Ragnaroks and super stuns and basically disabling your whole team. But that is of course only if you are not meeting somebody who has a counter to that, right?
Yeah.
But that being
For me,
said,
it's
Yeah,
the same.
Could be right. Could go
It's
either
not
way.
that I, it's not that I like her that much, but the thing is, she is in right setup. She is very potent.
that's true. Yeah, that's true. And I feel like, I mean, she's just such an easy pick for something like Platoon 2 or 3, where some other units you really have to think, oh, can they do it without the guards and everything? But with Odin, you can just plop her in. There's still, plenty of reinforcements, so she will generate the 10 winged shades. And you can basically just plug her in, at least if you're not running burn in some later platoons, yeah. But that's maybe an important point in terms of what new units we can expect, and a lot of people are now expecting new burn units to come at some point, right? So this might also affect Odin, or how high she can go into rankings. But right now, I mean, burn is definitely on the back foot, I would say. So let's see where she lands, or if she makes it after just a few days, basically into these rankings, but then we can continue and already think about which unit will go to the number 10 spot this time. And I think we already had a guess for Brightlet Miller. Is that from Tarek or Jason? I'm not sure right now.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna bet
Brandon Miller
Angel
seems,
Jean
yeah, a choice,
because she's very
valid
annoying.
choice.
Sorry, say it again. I didn't quite catch that.
I'm going
Brandon
with
Miller
Angel
seems,
Jean.
Okay, so
Being a
Angel
good
Jean from Archin. Yeah, got it.
yeah.
yeah, Brandon Miller seems a valid choice.
Mm-hmm. Miller at number 10 is also a guess from Tarek. I see. And Majuno is also guessing Angel Jean. I mean, Angel Jean last time was outside of the top 10, but I mean, we did see the Kaguya release. I do think the kind of synergy between them might be something quite dangerous in terms of meta plays. So let's see where both of these land. Could definitely see her go into the top 10 after a bit of a slow start, I would say, in the last rankings.
How about
Yeah,
CS?
I'd go for Bradley. Definitely.
Bright Lad from
And
Excel as well. Destroyer is
yeah,
saying Commander Astrid, was
Astrid.
that? Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, fair. I mean, Burn not having the best days right now. Could see that happening for sure. All right. Who didn't pick? I think we have everybody already who gave a little guess here. So we can already try to reveal the number 10 because the number 10 actually was already picked, which is quite impressive because usually number 10 is something that is really hard to guess because there's so many potential options without any actually being eliminated yet. And we do see at number 10 a unit that has been around for quite a long time, has seen a lot of usage, and it is
Ludmilla.
actually, yes, right, Ludmilla, top 10 in every region, but dropping
Really?
to number 10. Still holding on to the
Looks
top 10
like
though.
looks like all units will go bye bye next month.
Yeah, all the units who have a harder and harder way to stay alive right now. I mean, we do have how many 2023 units? I feel like was it probably 15 units at
there's
least
a
that were
lot.
released. And all of them are probably contenders for top 20 um, platoons. Maybe one or two exceptions like Honoji or some other minor units. But yeah, generally the old units are really under pressure. Although, I mean, to be fair, Brightlet Miller still with 97% usage, so the 100% guard thing is still something that keeps her super relevant. But yeah, of course, there's more and more counters, and let's see how the whole game develops in terms of if Guardians stay as important as they are. There are some certain nerfs, like mechanics, like from Loki, where she can only use a certain skill if there are Guardians. But I'm not sure, or I don't feel like this will push back Guardians in terms of their usefulness or people's general usage of them. So 100% Guardians are still really easy pick, I would say. But yeah, that being said, I mean, she is nearly 900 days old now, so she might not really make it to 1000 days in the top 10, but even so, this is a very, very impressive track record from Brightlet Miller. Of course, the only 2021 unit that is still, I think, even in the top 20, and she's still holding on to the number 10. So that is really great stuff from Brightlet Miller. But let's look on towards the future. Let's look on towards newer units, which is very easy because every other unit in the top 10 is younger than her. Um, let's see, who could be number 9 then? We have a guess from Destroyer who is saying Storm Clarice. Stark saying no, she won't make it.
I'm saying Kaguya.
Kaguya from Archie, was that?
Yeah.
Got it, got it. Average person is saying
Kaguya is
Himiko.
Kaguya is higher. She should be number one. She should be number one.
Well, let's see, let's see. So, Destroyer saying it's too early for Kaguya. And Destroyer is also
Commander
saying
Astrid.
Achin might be higher. Oh, Commander Astrid from Excel?
No,
Commander Astrid.
Oh, Jason, sorry. Commander Astrid, yeah, fair. Good point. Could be. What about you, Axel? What's your guess?
oh man. Probably Himiko.
Himiko? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's
Um,
good, but
I
she's not that
I
great.
think Himiko might be higher. I use Himiko as a starter now, and she's really good, despite counters like Kaguya and SP elemental
Fair.
disadvantage.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
the
Yeah,
problem
she does.
about Himiko is she gets killed really fast. In my bracket, at least, she does. So
Okay.
I can't use her at the front.
Ah, interesting. Mm-hmm. Point. I feel like the funny thing about Himiko is she got a bit nerfed in terms of being a P1 unit because her AI doesn't really allow her to use the Divine Reflection, I think, as a first move, which is a bit odd, but that way she has more potential to actually be stunned away at the beginning or maybe slapped or something before she can actually use that really, really powerful Divine Reflection skill. Somebody is saying, why does Destroyer sound like me? Yeah, we have a lot of similar voices this time, or maybe my ears are getting a bit worse. But Majuno is also saying Bright Lancelot, which is also a fair guess. He was, I think, number 7 last time, so that would be down 2 ranks. But I mean, there is a lot of pressure right now on previously strong units, and I mean, okay, Loki was released after this, but Loki, of course, is another strong counter to the kind of Bright Lancelot's skill set potentially. So yeah, let's see how that goes. Let's see. But the funny thing is, again, I mean, we have a lot of different guesses here for number 9, but the number 9 guess was already among them. So quite some diversity. However, of course, only one can be right, but that is interesting to say the least. I mean, it is a unit that is very, very new and basically kept the same rank as in October. It is Himiko, interestingly. So, Axel, congrats. That was a
Oh,
great guess.
all right.
Very, very nice. Very well done. Himiko,
Yeah.
as you said yourself, I mean, not the typical P1 unit as far as I could see when looking at these 100 top teams that go into the data. She is used a lot. I mean, she already has over 50% usage, but yeah, in some regions, she's not that popular. In Japan, in the Americas, she is nearly top 10 without any newbie boosts, but in other regions like the rest of Asia and Europe, her usage is not really that caught up yet, interestingly. So there is some regional divergence going on here. But yeah, for now, she's still staying number 9. It may seem a bit disappointing in terms of her ranking, but I do think it's actually just showing how big the pressure is right now on all these units to really be overpowered to actually be picked up a lot and gain some tractions in the rankings. So yeah,
Yeah, I
that's.
honestly expected her to be higher. So
Sorry, said it
maybe
again,
the
Archie?
pressure is just that high. I really expected her to be higher.
Yeah, a lot of people
So
did in terms of the bonus question for Himiko. Interestingly, nobody picked the same rank that she was last time, so no bonus points in terms of Himiko being delivered. Um, Rixton is saying Himiko is trash most of the time, gets stunned and killed fast. I mean, it really depends. You can get really unlucky with her RNG, I feel like. And also, she has that kind of divine reflection anti-stun skill, kind of. But yeah, I can see some scenarios where she doesn't do all that much. Although I really like the kind of 100% get another turn setup. That is really, really nice. So definitely um, a deserving top 10 unit, but unfortunately, no further rise from her. And yeah, she kind of really depends on not being poisoned. So let's see how Loki influences her position in the next one if she gets picked up regularly. But looking ahead now to number 8, what are you guys' guesses for the number 8? Okay, Destroyer going with Wallace.
Ooh. Brad Lancelot.
Right, Lancelot from Axel.
No, that's not
Archie.
me.
Oh, sorry, guys. Right, Lancelot from Archie. But
Sister.
Axel, what's your guess?
Uh, I'd say, oh Jesus. Uh,
Jesus is
One
not
of
an
us.
SSR character yet, but let's see.
yeah,
Pick, pick
Yet.
W. Alice. One
uh,
of us. One of us.
it's Storm Velocia, the new one. New Storm Velocia.
Oh, okay, interesting pick.
Yep.
Giga Rolosha also creeping upwards in the last rankings. Not a strong start for her, but especially with all the kind of sleep going around, Giga Rolosha is an interesting option to kind of distribute sleep wards among your team. But we do have a lot of Wallace guesses here from Destroyer, from Zarik, from Majuno. And average person is going for Kaguya for difference. Okay, yeah. Can also see that potentially. We got everyone. Well, Jason, what was your guess?
Beauty? Sleeping Beauty.
Sleeping Beauty. Well, that's actually an interesting guess, but there is another
That's
cursed
an
I'm
sleep
interesting
unit in
yeah,
one.
town now.
I'm thinking towards it's like getting more and more power creeped. So yeah.
That that's fair. I mean, I said in my review about Kaguya that I am really looking forward to see if they are gonna kind of cannibalize each other, like Kaguya and Sleeping Beauty with the cursed sleep mechanic, or if they're gonna lift each other up even more into the meta. But I do think in many constellations, maybe Kaguya might be the better P1 unit than Sleeping Beauty. So yeah, let's
Yeah,
see.
she is. Definitely is.
Yeah, I mean she has a lot of things going right at the start, even without having to do any setup really. So Destroyer already saying number 1 again for Kaguya, but let's see. We are staying with number 8 right now. I think we got all the different guesses already. Um, and so we can look for number 8, which is somebody that was already said. Yet again, someone different who got it right. It's a lone guess, so it is not Water Alice. Instead, it is yet again another Storm unit. A Storm unit that actually increased a little bit in power, but still lost 1 rank. And it is not Norza, but it is indeed Bright Lancelot, like Destroyer said there.
Yay.
Congrats, Archie. Very good guess there. For number 8, it is Bright Lancelot. And I do think it's interesting that she's actually number 7 in Japan and not top 10 in any other regions. Is really somebody that is very prominent in Japan, but other regions are lagging a bit behind, I would say, or don't like her that much. She is at 71% usage, which, considering that she is a guard, I feel like is still not super impressive actually, but still number 8. And she hasn't received her rerun, yeah. So let's see what happens afterward. But again, she did gain some true power actually. It's not like she
She
lost
is.
relevance.
Yeah, she is really good. The thing is, against poison, and with
Yeah,
King Arthur on the
it's
front
really
line,
yeah.
she takes a big hit.
Exactly. I mean, the good thing about her is she has that kind of purify stun. So sometimes, the King Arthur poison actually backfires because she can purify two and then get herself rid of the super poison that actually stuns some enemies with it. But oftentimes, yeah, you have to watch her kind of die to the super poison or the mega poison without triggering her battle trance, and that's of course a rough thing. Also, in general, her she might not be that survivable in some certain instances, just because it's really hard for her to get kills. That being said, I still think she's definitely top 2 guard. Um, and let's see how she goes from there. Maybe at some point we will see a dark guard finally, so that would be really interesting to see, I think. But let's see. um, all right, right, Lancelot. Yeah, really great SSR guard, but down 1 rank, meaning there's another 7 units now that are above her, and we are making quite a jump now in true power, actually. Over 1 million higher up we are looking now. And continuing with the 7 best units that are kind of in their own league right now in Evertale. So will be interesting to see which they are. What do you guys think will be the number 7, the kind of opener uh, for for the top units?
I think Ludmilla and Clarice,
Oh,
because
okay.
Kaguya would probably bring her back.
Ah, okay.
I remember one point she did actually reach SSS tier, right?
Yes, she was there for 1 month,
Yeah.
I think.
So, yeah, so I think Kaguya might actually help her regain some of that old power.
True. I mean, Kaguya with the kind of cursed sleep mechanic and also being a bit more viable against burn, and then Ludmilla and Clarice to actually, if you are encountering burn with Kaguya, to take care of that burn is definitely something that could happen. She was, I think, number 10 last time, so a bit of a rise, and she can possibly go number 7. Um, we do have Axel going with Kaguya with the newest unit possibly in the top 10. And then we have Majuno going for Water Alice again. Average person also saying Water Alice. Um, let's see. Tarek is saying that Miller and Clarice actually fell, so some different opinions here again. What other guesses do you guys have there? I think Jason didn't have a guess yet. Oh, Destroyer actually corrected his number 6 guess to number 7, I see now. Also Water Alice. In the front line, Lidmiller and Clarice probably fell. Tarek also going with Water Alice. Water Alice, I think last time was number 6, if I remember correctly. Maybe it's her.
You know what? Sleeping Beauty again.
Right, Jason is going with Sleeping Beauty, so another sleep unit. We have a lot of guesses for sleep units there. We have Sleeping Beauty guess, we have Ludmilla and Clarice guess, we have Wallace guess, and we have the Kaguya guess. So is it really a sleep unit? Yes, it is. I can already confirm that. At least one of you already got the correct guess. So this time we really have great performances here. I think the last few rounds we always had to I have to give a few more hints or something, but this time at least
Yeah,
one always
had to
gets
give
it.
hints.
So I don't know. It seems like it's getting too easy, or maybe we have too much expertise here in the chat. But
No,
anyways,
it's trial and then
Yeah, we're
error.
learning the
That's
ropes.
all. It's trial and error at this point.
nice. Okay, then I think I can reveal it. Let's see. The picture of her is actually her, so that is already a little hint for you there. But
Wait,
um,
wait.
The
That's
big
it.
hint.
Everything is her. Everything
it's
is
not
she.
Norza.
It's not
um,
Nagi.
Not Nagi. Oh yeah. Actually, better point Nagi because I already said it is a sleep unit. And this time we have yet again somebody different who is right. This time it is Jason who got it right. That is Sleeping Beauty. Down to number 7.
Number 7.
Oh
Yep,
my.
yep, yep,
Interesting.
yep.
Sheesh. Yeah, sheesh.
Yeah, that was a big move. Nearly 1 million true power lost. Is still number 2 in the
Wow.
Americas. But yeah, in Japan or in general in Asia, she's losing popularity, you have to say. And
I think
average
that
person is,
does
yeah,
mean she and Kaguya are competing.
yeah. I think you're right. I think I mean there was a bit of a question if Sleeping Beauty Kaguya combos will be the strong ones now, but I do feel like Sleeping Beauty was actually now even more relegated to coming in later in P3 and P4 and hopefully getting some good value there, which is still great value, of course, with her thorns and everything. But hopefully at that point you already got rid of any burn with other units up front and can use her to your full advantage because, of course, Sleeping Beauty is getting much more disabled by burn than somebody like Kaguya, of course. And Destroyer yet again saying Kaguya will get number 1. Um, average person saying Kaguya really be eating the top rank. Possibly, possibly. So, I mean, do all of you think that Kaguya will still show up in these top 6 that are remaining?
Yeah,
I think top
yeah.
4.
Yeah, I think she will definitely show up. I
Mm-hmm,
mean,
mm-hmm.
her sleep is pretty good, and she's the only second unit that can use it. So I don't think a lot
Right,
of people are gonna miss that chance.
true. And she has the new stealth shield mechanic also going for her, I think. So yeah, a lot of good things about Kaguya. Let's see if she shows up. But first, let's see who is number 6. Or maybe that's already Kaguya. Axel already going for the Kaguya guess for number 6. Um, who else could
I'm
it be?
also going with Kaguya for number 6.
Okay, Archie also going with Kaguya. We have Destroyer going for Angel Chain, which would be quite a rise, but absolutely possible, especially with the kind of Kaguya release, I think. Average person not giving up on Water Alice could be number 6. I mean, she was number 6 last time, so wouldn't really be a huge surprise there, I would say. So Majuno also going with Water Alice. And Inan actually going with Angel Jeanne as well. So we have a lot of focus here on Angel Jeanne, on Kaguya, and on Water Alice. So a lot of unity there. Ooh, we have Jason going with Storm Jeanne. Interestingly, that was be a drop. I think last time she was number 3, but you could see her slowly getting power crept again and again. And we do have Odin now, which is somebody that might do a little bit of her stuff, possibly even better with the kind of revival mechanic that is more reliable than Michaela is. So also possible. Is true foreshadowing, maybe, but let's see. I mean, for now, I will, for the first time today, have to give a little bit of a hint, or rather, maybe just say that the actual number 6 was not mentioned yet. Who else is
Yeah.
left?
Ooh.
Hmm. Light Anya.
Oh, Light Anya. Okay, yeah, could see that. I mean,
Maybe.
guards are getting a bit less relevant, I feel. Axel is now saying Odin. Okay.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe if you combine Odin and Himiko, then maybe the stun takes down like Anya, but she's a stun absorber. Maybe.
Hmm. Okay, yep. That Destroyer is going actually with Cindy, the wild bet, but also possible. Somebody in the cafe also has an opinion.
Gomenasai.
You have Archie, what was your guess?
Oh, like Anya.
Ah, yeah, Light Anya, Light Anya. Excellent. Odin, Light Anya possibly going down from average person. There, she might provide some power because of that. But yeah, we already actually saw one of you or more of you get a correct guess here in the second
This will
round,
be interesting.
and this will be quite upsetting for some, or well, for me personally, it is as well, given that he is my main carry, and it is actually Cinderella Destroyer. Was right
No,
completely out of.
live.
Yeah, it was really tough for me to see that develop.
Let's go. Let's go.
That was really rough, honestly. Yeah, I mean
Oh my
Cinderella,
god.
no longer
How
top
many
two in
months has
any
it
region.
been?
Yeah, she's been number one, I think, for nearly half a year now. I think when she was released, she went straight to number one and kept it until last month. And now, really going straight from number one to number six is, I don't think we ever saw that before. But yeah, I mean, the
Oh man,
power
those
creep
those
finally got to
games
her.
will be. I'm so glad I bet on her, but that's crazy.
Yep, I mean, she is still number three in Americas, but I mean, she's down to number five in Japan. She's only number seven in Europe. She does have 93% usage though, which does mean, pretty much
I
every
mean,
top team is using her, but just not
yeah,
in the first platoon or maybe even in the second platoon anymore. She's more like a good luck token in the later platoons where you just hope, okay, she will do a lot of damage and actually get to unlock her survivor skill
yeah.
anyways.
I
But yeah.
did know she was gonna drop. I
Mhm.
just thought her drop would be more gradual, as in like she go from one to two, then to three, then to four. But
That's
this was
fair. That's fair. I mean, it
wow.
did look like she was still holding up greatly the last edition, still defending her number one spot. But yeah, this time we will have another new number one. But let's see who it is. We already have some guesses here in the chat. But yeah, let's see how it goes.
I
Destroyer,
can
of course.
still, yeah,
Oh,
I can still evaluate her using a burn team after like half a year. It was like the new release of the Honoji and Nobunaga.
Yeah, yeah. I mean that's fair, but that's the thing, right? I mean, I'm not sure. Do you guys think Commander Astrid will still show up in the top five?
No.
No, I don't think so.
Probably not.
Yeah. So I mean, if we take that as a granted thing, then this would mean that we don't have any burn unit left in the top 10, and that also means that units that are doing good against burn are not that well necessary. I would say. Possibly. So yeah, it is changing times for sure. Let's see if a new burn unit can actually flip the whole script here on its head again. Will be interesting to see for sure. But that being said, I mean Cinderella, of course, still holding up great in terms of true power. She's still nearly 8 million true power, so it's not to say that she's a bad unit or anything. But really, really rare to see her nowadays in platoon ones, because we just have better openers in that kind of space. So let's think ahead of the top five now, which Cinderella will not be part of. And yeah, we have a few options left there, I would say. Dinan is going with Storm Jean, possibly falling from number three. And Etos is also talking in the chat. We have Wallace from Destroyer, still not giving up on Water Alice. We have Light Anya from Jason. Previously number 4. Axel is also going with Storm
Yeah, I
Jeanne at
think I
number
have to agree
5.
with Light Anya.
Light Anya as well from Archie and from Majuno. And Average Person also going with Water Alice again as for number 6.
I don't think I can even predict properly after this one.
still huge shock.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that kind of turns everything. That was such a staple to have, like, okay, yeah, Cinderella is number 1. Cinderella is number 1. Like every month we're coming together and talking about these, and it's like, yeah, okay, Cinderella will be number 1, but who can join the top 10 or whatever. And now it really becomes a question of, okay, which are the 5 units that are actually better performing or higher true power than Cinderella, which really flips the script, because it's not just 1 or 2 units, which would be something that many people might have expected for this month, but it's 5 units that are now performing better than Cinderella. And Shadows is saying Water Alice is out of the top 5. Top 4 to 1 might be easy to guess, Average Person is saying. Okay, let's see. Let me just check quickly where the guess. Oh, yeah, actually, we will have to have a second round of guesses. Nobody guessed the number 5 yet.
Wow.
Oh,
So it's not Light Anya, it is
okay.
not Water Alice, it is not Storm Jeanne. So yeah, those options are all
It
off the
is
table.
Kaguya.
Oh, Kaguya.
I guess,
Yep.
yeah, Kaguya then.
Jason,
Number
Archie also going
4.
with Kaguya. With Destroyer going with Angel
Or number
Jeanne.
5, right? Yeah, Kaguya.
Destroyer still saying, it's too early for Kaguya. Ooh, Jason is going with King Arthur. That would be a double upset then, I would say. Number 1 and number 2 down to number 5 and number 6. But I mean, it's possible. Maybe King Arthur pushed back with all the cursed sleep and stunning that is going around, which is arguably a weakness of King Arthur. Yes, that would be. I mean, arguably, maybe the King Arthur drop would be, or is, well, yeah, I'm not sure how to frame this or how to phrase this. That could possibly be a bigger upset than Cindy, right? If King Arthur is going down to number 5, because for Cinderella, many people expected at least some drop, but others not so much. We have Majuno going with Odin, okay. Also still an option, of course, a very new unit, but obviously if you are a very new unit and you're still already picking up a lot of usage, then you can join the top 10 or even the top 5 rather quickly. I mean, last time Himiko got the number 9 spot after just a few days. So Odin is an option as well. Shadows is going with Light Anya for number 5, I think. And Destroyer saying same, but Kaguya in front. Let's see. We can reveal it now, actually. We prepare the reveal. It is kind of big. But I mean, that was already to be expected after the first few guesses are not the correct ones. This time we see a unit, a new unit joining the top 10. So this unit has not been in the top 10 before. And it is nobody other than
Oh,
somebody who gained not 1 million power, not 2 million true power, but 2.5 million true power gained. And cracking the 8 million true power barrier, it is Angel Jeanne at number 5.
oh,
Wow.
okay.
Yep. So, yeah, that was a big liftoff. I mean, that is something very rare to see, that we have kind of a new unit starting out so slowly and then picking up so greatly. But I really do think that He has some strong combos now that weren't immediately available when Angel Gene was released. So Angel Gene at number 5 and kind of being held down a bit by the Americas, where she's only number 17, but every other region has her in the top 6, and that is already telling you a lot. Only 53% usage, but apparently she is being used a lot in the front and also being used a lot in teams that are performing really well, which of course means higher true power for her. So even at 53% usage, she made it to the number 5 spot and above 8 million true power. So really great performance from Angel Gene. Of course, her survivability is insane and really annoying to watch.
Yes, your survivability is insane. It's so annoying.
Yeah, yeah. Even if she's, even if you're down to nothing basically, and it's mostly just her at that point, if you still have another unit with her, then she still, gets pushed back, and there's some Morris coming in, and then you have to defeat all the Morris. Then you're defeating Jean again, but she just gets pushed back yet again. Really, really strong mechanic on this new Dark Jean that has now taken over Evertale, I would say, with a bit of a slow start, but now she's in the top 5, and yeah, really, really great unit with her kind of
Okay,
stealth
Prince.
shield,
So,
light speed entry. What's that, Archie?
so this might possibly mean we have two dark units in the top 10, possibly. Top 5, actually. So, if King Arthur is still in the top 5, that would be the first time in a long while we have high ranking dark units.
Higher ranking what? Sorry, say that again.
Oh, I said, since Angel June is number 5, and if King Arthur is still in the top 5, that would be the first time in a while we have two high ranking dark units.
True. Yes, you're absolutely right. Yeah, Dark is possibly back. I mean, there is arguably a huge increase in Dark units being released now. We have basically a Dark unit every second unit. So they are finally pushing Dark, and I can already say that Dark is no longer the weakest element in Evertale right now, based on the complete data set of units in my rankings. So yeah, Dark.
Um, it's burn.
Yeah, exactly. Burn. Fire is really down in the gutter again.
Oh,
So yeah, I can already spoil now. I think that Commander Astrid is not making it into the top 4, but she's actually possibly out of the top 10. No big surprise there, unfortunately. Average person, yeah, that's an accurate representation of the burn state of the game. I mean, we haven't seen any new burn units since July. So let's see if we get a final one in this year, in December or not. But yeah, about that. Um, yeah, moving on. We already have bounce back skill.
Kaguya,
Okay, Kaguya for Jason. All right.
staying loyal to my estimate.
Nice. Then we have. Oh yeah, you got a bonus question on number 4, Kaguya, right? Jason.
Then I'm
Oh,
still going with Light Anya, the number
Light Anya
4.
for Aji. Light Anya guess. Oh, we also have a few more joiners now. Let me see. We have Jimmy. We have Any Game Killer. So welcome to the voice chat here. Have Troya going with Storm Jean would be down 1 rank. Majuno going with Light Anya. Axel going with Water Alice. Okay. Interesting if she got that prize out. Average person, Storm Jeanne, and Water Alice. I think that's all the bets we had. I mean, Kaguya, Water Alice, Light Anya, and Storm Jeanne are the potential contenders here, it seems. And one of them is already correct, so no second round of guessing this time.
Yeah.
We do have a unit. Is number one, number one in the Americas. He's the number 2 in Europe, but she is only number 4 in Japan, and she's also number 4 overall, losing quite some true power here. So whoever had some bets on her will be very happy to hear that. Number 4 is Light Anya.
Okay.
With a drop of 840,000 true power, just ahead of Dark or Angel Jeanne, so barely holding on to that number 4 spot. But yeah, with the number 1 spot in the Americas, still the top ranked SSR guard and still holding on to the number 4 position. So is that safe for her at least? And yeah, Majuno, congrats, got that right. And yeah, she's losing some true power quite a bit. I mean, we had already earlier some discussion about why Light Anya might be losing some true power. So I think those are all valid points. And there's just a huge competition, or a bigger competition now, in terms of which guards do you actually pick and put into the front. And arguably, Light Anya is also kind of vulnerable to somebody like King Arthur. And that is also a classic one opener. And we already saw Angel Jeanne also at number 5. So Angel Jeanne also somebody that might hurt Light Anya just because of that kind of elemental disadvantage. So yeah, Light Anya is down to number 4 with some still very decent stats and 95% usage. So pretty much every top team is using her. That being after, was it 10 months after her release? So yeah, still very relevant. Okay, then we are only left with the top 3 now. Destroyer going straight away with Storm Jeanne. Jimmy also
I'm
going
going
with
with
Storm
King
Jeanne.
Arthur.
King Arthur. Okay, Archie going against the grain here. Current grain at least. Going for Storm Jeanne. So King Arthur, that would be 1 rank down for King Arthur. Any Game Killer also going with King Arthur at number 3.
Well,
Excel
Storm
going Kaguya. Jason going with Storm Jeanne. 69th time number 1 Kaguya. Let's see. That maybe my YouTube chat is broken. I'm not getting YouTube chat, hopefully. Well, let me see. We get more guesses in from Majuno. Storm Jeanne. Average person going with Kaguya. Well, now we have a very, well distributed guess space, I think. Seems everybody's pretty clear on which units they are expecting still to come. I mean, we did have the Water Alice guess earlier from Excel, but I think Excel, at this point, you are no longer expecting her to come.
Yeah, definitely not.
Now,
Not after this.
now switching to Kaguya. Oops. Okay, sorry. I didn't see the live chat. Broken on my PC, but now on my phone I see it. So sorry for everybody who I missed there. We had quite some interesting guesses. I think CC already said the top 3 would be King Arthur, Storm Jeanne, and Anya. So I think that could still very well happen. And we do have, some people. Nobunaga is better than Honochi. So completely agree with this. And yeah, CC is also saying the rank this month is kind of unpredictable, but let's see. Now we are closing in, I think, on the top 3 and becoming a bit more clear. We did have quite a while. Quite a few guesses, and I think everybody has an argument that can be made for that. But yeah, obviously, number 3 can only be a certain unit, or one unit at a time, better said. And it is a unit that, again, loses some true power, has some good usage stats going on for her, but yeah, not able to climb any ranks. It is
Seems
somebody
like
that
every
lost.
unit seems like every
That's
unit
that's a
losing true
zombie.
power, except for like the Angel Jeanne that gains 2.5 million.
Yeah, there's a lot of units that are losing power this time. Very few actually gaining just a little bit. And at number 3, we have a unit that is actually number 1 in Europe. So congrats for that, at least. So might be one of the reasons why she's still holding on to the number 3 spot. It is Storm Jeanne, aka the combo
Yeah.
with Storm Michaela.
Wow.
Well, 98% usage, so pretty much every team still uses her. But again, similar story to Cinderella. It seems like using her up front is getting less and less attractive. And at the same time, because of her mechanics, you kind of want to use her up front. So Michaela can be spawned regularly. So yeah, she is losing a bit here. But mostly interestingly, in the Americas, where she's only number 6, but in the other regions, still top 3. And speaking of top 3, there's 2 more units here in the top 3. Of course, Storm Jeanne still the opener of this year, but we have 2 newer units that are ahead of her, and one of them is not Cinderella, as we already know. So who can it be? We have Axel going with Kaguya.
King Arthur. I
um,
wanted to be King Arthur.
Archie going with King Arthur. Then we have Destroyer going with King Arthur as a number 2. Nice. Jason going with Kaguya at number 2. Jimmy also going with Kaguya at number 2. A really nice joke there from Destroyer in terms of the burn together with Kaguya. Not 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 the best combination for her. That being said, he is doing better against burn than somebody like Sleeping Beauty. So very, very helpful for her. Any game killer going against the grain here and saying Nobunaga suddenly up top, possibly because of the rise in cursed sleep. Luck going with Gretznor, the new edition of Grenzor that is about to be released. And you have Finn. Finn, the harem form. Yeah, I mean, I feel like Finn as an OG character might have the best chance of getting a second male version, the first character to do so, but yeah, maybe that's too optimistic there. But I mean, we did already get the correct guess, unsurprisingly, or maybe surprisingly. Maybe it is Nobunaga after all, or maybe it is the almighty Grandor, but it is not. I can already say that it is a unit that starts with a K. So that's already your first hint right there. And actually, now thinking about it, I feel like as somebody whose first name also starts with a K, I should have maybe invested harder into units that start with a K, which is quite rare in Evertale, but now they are dominating the rankings. But first, which K unit gets revealed at first? It is somebody that gained true power, but that alone might not be enough of an explanation. It is a unit that has 70% usage. Even that might not give it away yet. And it is a unit that is quite divergent in terms of regional rankings. Number 2 in Japan, number 2 in rest of Asia, number 9 in Europe, number 9 in the Americas. Number 2 is Kaguya. welcome to the top 2 for Kaguya. Yes, very close for Destroyer there. Was hoping for number 1, but yeah, Kaguya going straight to the number 2, nearly making it to number 1 straight away, which would be insane. But yeah, 36 days after her release, already number 2, and over 9 million true power in the SSR world rankings. But I mean, what can be said is that might not even be her final, final point of her journey. Although, of course, with the new Burn release, maybe the Kaguya kind of style gets pushed back after all. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Cindy was insane, or similarly insane as Kaguya, I would say, in terms of her starting. And well, I mean, one castrate and she becomes useless. Yeah, but even against castrate, she might be holding out in terms of if you have some combination that might extinguishes the fire, extinguishes the burn. Somebody maybe like King Arthur, who might poison the enemies, and then there's not so much burn on the field. And in that combination, the kind of burst sleep and her gravity cannon can possibly hit the burn units hard as well. So that is possibly why, even though we do have a new cursed sleep earth unit, burn is not benefiting at all, but instead actually dropping down further. Now we really see a really strong combinations in the top 1 platoons, based on all the platoons that I saw and that performed the best. Kaguya is definitely part of that P1, also Angel Jeanne, and also, of course, somebody else, the possible number 1 that I'm going to reveal now. We have probably not a huge surprise in terms of who that is. Was interesting kind of duo. Well, this unit only number 8 in Americas and number 8 in Europe, but overall still doing pretty good. We have Miller and Clarice at number 11, and she's only they are only using very little true power, actually, only 120k, so that is actually pretty good, I would say, compared to some other water units that have fallen off.
The one that
But,
beats burn
Oh,
gets the treatment of burn.
yep.
yeah.
That's true. She could be like, even maybe when we see a new burn unit released, Ludmilla and Clarice will continue be relevant just because of that. I mean, she was a very short-term SSS tier unit, but yeah, still number 11, just outside of the top 10, which, I mean, to be honest, with all the new releases, isn't something that is super surprising. We can look into the further ranks in a bit, but first I'm gonna reveal the new number 1 in the SSR World Rankings, the first new number 1 since March, I think. So it has been quite a while. It is a unit that gained quite some true power again, and it is King Arthur at 9.8 million true power, and number 1 in Japan, number 1 in rest of Asia. Despite only having 73% usage, she is the kind of common denominator in top teams right now. Even though Destroyer is already saying he is gonna get throned soon. But yeah, the kind of King Arthur, Kaguya, Angel Jeanne combo is something that I would say, in terms of what I saw in all of the data that I collected, is the dominating Platoon 1 right now. And King Arthur, of course, playing a vital role there because he's extinguishing any burns possibly on the enemy team. So all the enemies are gonna probably basically be falling into a cursed sleep or getting poisoned by King Arthur. So yeah, Cinderella was once really close to 10 million true power. That is true. Let's see how King Arthur can develop further. I mean, she's still waiting for her second banner and already that dominating, but of course, she as well will have to possibly bow to new meta breaking units, but right now she can enjoy the top spot, especially because of her King's Dawn mechanic, which makes her such a force if you are starting a arena battle with her. But that being said, of course, as always, there's this caveat that possibly because of that King's Dawn mechanic, he might experience an even steeper drop at some point than somebody like Cinderella, because I think I still prefer somebody like Cinderella in a later platoon over King Arthur. But yeah, that's just my personal opinion. And yeah, maybe we do see a bit of a banish hero that gets released. Maybe somebody that actually banishes two to really screw up starting platoons, and possibly King Arthur. So yeah, let's see how that goes. But yeah, what are you guys' opinions on the new number one, new number two? I feel like I've spoken a lot and didn't really let you talk for quite a while.
Actually, oh, I didn't expect King Arthur to get that high, especially since she was poisoned. I didn't even expect her to reach top 10 originally.
Yeah, fair,
So
fair.
to
I also
see,
thought she's not gonna join the top tier.
okay.
But for
I
Alice, I
mean,
wonder
Where's
where's her.
where's where's Alice?
Everybody. Oh, where's my poor water Alice? Which
Alice
I
fell
did.
down the rabbit hole.
She did. She did. I mean, it's kind of crazy because I mean she was kind of number 6 last round, and now she's out of the top 10. Nice. looking for water Alice there, destroyer. And also the question, what is Nobu, Honochi, and Castrit ranking? Well, I can give away the top 14 yet again. Let me quickly show you guys. Should answer some of your questions, but not all of them. Of course, the top will be released in the usual form very soon on my channel and on this Discord channel. But let's look at the top 14 first, which does include Alice visiting the Wonderland. And see, there we go. You can now see the top 14 at the moment. And yeah, top 14 is as it is here. And we do see Giga Rolosha actually gain ranks here. We have her now at number 12. So we had a Giga Rolosha bet or guess earlier when we started with the top 10. So that was actually not all that far away. She is getting rather close. As you can see, everybody up until Himiko has quite similar true power. So quite close together. And yeah, what you can also see is, yeah, again, complete Storm dominance, even though they are not as dominant in the top 3 or something, or at the very top. There's just so many Storm units right now in the top 14, 5 of them being Storm units. Storm Clarice still holding on to number 14, and Water Alice down to number 13, losing, check, 1.2 million true power. And no, yeah, exactly, Jason. Not a single burn unit made it into the top 14. So that is really a strong sign for burn being, well, over nerfed right now, I would say. Even though we do have such a strong unit that makes burn relevant as Commander Astrid, he doesn't even hold on to the top 14 anymore. And he has 69% usage of water. Good catch. And Water Alice did not lose more than Cinderella. That might look so because the bars, I think, are cut off at 1 million true power loss. So you can still see some other losses. But yeah, Cinderella actually lost 1.6 million true power. And Commander Astrid as well, also losing 1 million true power. So definitely something to look out for. And also some little giveaway. Odin is currently at number 16 with 16% usage, which was just a few days after her release. So curious to see where she will go from there.
Hmm. Wow.
This was an interesting ranking.
I do hate Odin. She makes fights very very
Yeah,
long, very
yeah,
long.
yeah. I have some
Girl
battles as
is
well with.
really OP.
Yeah,
Girls
she's. I
are
mean,
really
under the certain circumstances, she's really, really strong. It's really rough to deal with her. And yeah, battles take a long time, and sometimes, as I said at the beginning, she really um, catches you off guard, even if she doesn't have a lot of strong SSRs together with her. Just an Odin might be enough to overwhelm you with all these kind of birds that are flooding the battlefield, especially later on, when there's barely anything left except Odin and Winged Shades. So yeah, really interesting. I think that Sixer didn't cap her fates at all. Like there's no upper limit for her. Potentially there could be hundreds of Winged Shades, I guess, in the reinforcements. Um, but of course, Odin would defeat you first. But in any case, Winged Shades seem something where they said, okay, fuck it, okay. But okay, let's just go with it. Let's give her no limitations whatsoever, which is interesting compared to somebody like what was it? Jirel, where they put such a hard limit to her. I think. I mean, the probabilities themselves were already so low, but even then, despite the low probabilities, they thought, okay, well, let's put a cap at 3 Jirels at most or something like that, which I thought is really really cautious and might be the reason why Jirel is the weakest unit of 2023. Let me actually check what Jirel is currently ranking at. She's number 61 with 1%
Wow.
usage.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely the lowest ranking 2023 units right there. But yeah, on the other hand, we do have two very strong Earth units now in the top 7 with Kaguya and Sleeping Beauty, but fully going with the kind of cursed sleep style for sure. So yeah, let's see where she goes, where Earth goes from here, because the last two Earth releases that was very very impressive, and we did see an Earth unit being a number 1 unit for nearly a year in Earth Musha. So let's see how the number 1 does develop next. Jimmy is asking where Lancelot is. Lancelot is at number 19 now, still holding on to top 20, but yeah, down to number 19 is the original Lancelot. And Commander Astrid is at number 15, Onochi is at number 31, and Nobunaga is at number 17. So yeah, close to the to the top 14, but didn't quite make it. But let's look before we wrap up. Let's quickly look at who were the great bettors this time. Who had the biggest wins and the greatest guesses, and we do see Sergio. Well, let's see how do we do this. Number 7 was Fenrir this round. Then we have number 6 is Lilac, who joined recently, so good performance there. We have Yamato at number 5. Number 4 performance this month is from Destroyer, so congratulations, Destroyer. Very well done.
Nice.
Rising through the ranks. And then we have not Leo second at number 3. We have Thanatos at number 2 performance for this month. And we have Sergio Lowe with the number 1 performance because he had a bet on Sleeping Beauty losing True Power, as well as Storm Sheen and Bright Light Miller. That was a great performance. However, bonus questions this time were not correctly by anybody. Nobody thought Kaguya would go to number 2. And at the same time, nobody thought Himiko would get number 9 in the end. So quite interesting there to see the bonus answers this time. But yeah, now looking at the overall top 7, after all is said and done, where do you guys land. We have number 7, IC. Then we have Shadows at number 6, so the top European Evertale player also mixing in here. We have Canes going for the number 5 position. We have Lolis Real at number 4. We have not Leo second, joining the top 3 with his great performance this time. And then number 2, Thanatos. And number 1 is still T-shirt, but it's getting very close at the top. Unfortunately, no longer quite making it to the top 7 is Archie, who is now sitting at number 8. But can attack next time again, Archie.
Sure.
Unfortunately, the King Arthur bet didn't pan out, but I mean, given that it could have happened, then you would have made a lot of points from it. So sometimes you have to kind of take some wild guesses to be at the top, as you've shown before with your quick rise through the rankings.
Yeah, I'll be back next month. This month was unpredictable.
True. There were a lot of crazy changes, and I'm already looking forward to putting out a new tier list based on them, because there's a lot of movements. Of course, the biggest move being Angel Jeanne, which will be in quite a different tier in the next edition. But yeah, I hope you all had a great time with the stream today. I certainly enjoyed revealing this with you and hearing your great guesses along. I mean, I think we only had 2 units where we had to do a second round of guesses. So that means you guys had some really, really great great sense or game sense in terms of which unit might come up next in the true power rankings. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, I think for many of you, have a good rest of your day, and for some others, have a good night. And yeah, hope to see you again
Arigatou
next time.
gozaimashita.
Yeah, have a good
Thanks.
evening. See you.
Yes.
Yeah, good night.
Good night, good evening, good day.
Yeah.
You too.
You too. Thanks, Armor, as well. Thanks, Exo. And yeah, hope to talk to you again soon. Lots of good stuff coming up in the next weeks, I think. So yeah, I'm gonna end the live stream now, and hopefully you also enjoyed if you were watching on YouTube. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe to become a true carrot. And
Like and
also, as
subscribe.
always, thanks. And as always, thanks for watching and checking in. Really appreciate your support. Bye bye.